Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to discuss about the respiratory system of birds. Respiration is simply a exchange of gas between the body of chicken and environmental air. Do you know, because of extremely heavy demand for energy in flight, birds have developed a respiratory system that permits the greatest exchange of oxygen per unit time of any animal. And due to this heavy demand of oxygen, the anatomy and physiology of the avian respiratory system greatly differs from mammalian respiratory system. So the most important feature of the avian respiratory system is that they have air sacs. So these air sacs vary species to species, and the lung of the avian respiratory system is non-expandable and they don't have diaphragm as in mammals. The air sac extends to some of the bones called as pneumatic bones. The birds have syrinx, which is called as voice box, or the vocalization is by means of this syrinx. And syrinx have vocal cord. The cartilaginous rings present in the trachea of the avian species are completely closed. Due to high metabolic rate required for flight mechanism, the birds have high oxygen demand. So guys, these are the some important features of avian respiratory system as compared to the mammals. So we will see the avian respiratory system in detail. This avian respiratory system consists of nostril, oropharynx, larynx, trachea, syrinx called voice box. Then it has a primary bronchi. Then lungs consist of secondary bronchi, parabronchi, air capillaries, then air sacs and air cavities of the bones. So guys, I will give small details about the avian respiratory system initially, and then I will show the pictures so that you can easily understand how it works. So the birds breathe through the nostrils called nares. Air enters through these openings during the inspiration, and this air passes through the pharynx and then into the tracheal part. So this trachea is called as windpipe. The trachea bifurcates into two branches called as primary bronchi at the syrinx part, and the primary bronchi enters the lung, and these primary bronchi are then called as the secondary bronchi when it enters through the lung. So the branching of from the secondary bronchi are smaller tubes. They are called as parabronchi, and these parabronchi are several millimeters long and 0.5 to 2 millimeters in diameter, and their walls contain hundreds of tiny branching and anastomosing air capillaries, which are surrounded by a profuse network of blood capillaries. I will explain respiratory system later on with the help of pictures so that you can understand very easily. The avian lung is non-expandable and they don't have alveoli, but they have tube-like parabronchi structures. So the finest branches of bronchi do not terminate into the alveoli, but they are the tube-like structures called as parabronchi. So the large portion of the air bypasses the lungs and flows directly to the air sacs on the inspiration, and on expiration this oxygenated air flows through the lungs, and therefore there is a continuous airflow. So thus it takes 2 respiratory cycles for a single breath of air to pass through the system. There are 5 types of air sacs in birds, and they are named according to their locations. The air sacs which is present in cervical region of the neck called as cervical air sac, and the air sac which is present in between the interclavicular region, this is called as interclavicular air sac. The air sac which is present in fore portion of the chest region below and in contact with the lungs called as anterior thoracic air sacs, and the air sac which is present in hind portion of the chest region and behind the lungs in the area between the lungs and the reproductive organs, that is called as the posterior thoracic air sac. And the abdominal air sac is present behind the last rib backward to the pelvic cavity. So these air sacs also extend into the thorax, abdomen, and even in the long bones. In this picture you can see the structure of avian lung. Here you can see the secondary bronchi and parabronchi and different anastomosis between the parabronchi. When the trachea enters into the syringeal part, it divides into 2 branches. These are called as primary bronchus, that is left and right primary bronchus. These primary bronchus, when enters into the lung, they are called as secondary bronchus. Each bronchus bifurcates into the 4 secondary bronchi part. As earlier I have explained, you can see the parabronchi over here, which are several millimeters long and of small diameter, and their wall contains hundreds of tiny branching and anastomosing air capillaries surrounded by the profuse network of the blood capillaries. This is the picture of inner surface of lung, and the inner surface of lung has many opening which leads into spherical chambers called as atria. In the inner floor of each atrium are the openings of infundibula, which leads to the air capillaries of the exchange tissue. Coming to the air sac, in this picture you can see the a pair of cervical air sac, then fused unpaired interclavicular air sac, then a pair of anterior thoracic air sac and a pair of posterior thoracic air sac, and at last the pair of abdominal air sac. So in case of chicken there are total 9 air sacs, and in case of ducks also there are total 9 air sacs, but in case of turkey there are total 7 air sacs. In case of turkey, it doesn't have posterior thoracic air sac pair. When the air passes through the nostril, it goes to the tracheal part via the choana, which is a median fissure opening into the nasal cavity. This is the picture of oropharyngeal region, and basically the birds don't have soft palate, but the oral and pharyngeal cavity both together they are called as oropharynx region. You can see in this picture a tongue, then palate, then you can see also the backward pointing thickly keratinized papillae on the roof of the oropharynx, then glottis, it is an entrance to the larynx, and the laryngeal mound. In this picture you can see the tracheal rings. So unlike in mammals, the trachea is surrounded by complete rings in case of avian species. This is the picture that shows the syrinx and the bronchi part of the respiratory system. So you can see the circled part is the syrinx, which is called as voice box. It lies at the junction of trachea and right and left primary bronchi. Now we will see in detail about the syrinx, that is voice box in the birds. So syrinx is composed of ossified cartilages, vibrating membranes and the muscles. In case of ossified cartilages, it consists of a tympanum, then vase-shaped pessulus, 4 C-shaped tracheal syringeal cartilages and 3 C-shaped bronchial syringeal cartilages. So we can see all these 4 parts of the ossified cartilages in the picture. Tympanum is formed by close apposition of 4 cartilaginous rings, and vase-shaped pessulus is present where the airways divides at the bifurcation of the trachea. 4 C-shaped tracheal syringeal cartilages which are attached to the pessulus part of the ossified cartilages. The 4 cartilaginous rings from the trachea and 3 cartilaginous rings from the bronchial part that contributes in the formation of the voice box. The another component of the syrinx is the vibrating membranes. So in case of vibrating membranes, paired lateral tympaniform membranes extends between last tracheal syringeal cartilage and the first bronchial syringeal cartilage. The paired medial tympaniform membrane stretches between free ends of bronchial syringeal cartilages in the medial wall of divided part of syrinx. So there are 2 main vibrating membranes, that is a paired lateral tympaniform membrane and another one is a paired medial tympaniform membrane. Now how sound is produced in syrinx? So the sound is produced only during expiration of the air when there is rise in pressure in the clavicular air sac which surrounds the syrinx, and that forces the tympaniform membrane in the lumen of the syrinx and it produces the sound. At last we will see the how respiration process takes place in case of birds. Basically in birds, 2 breaths consist of only 1 cycle, which is opposite to the mammal, and the flow of the oxygen is only unidirectional, that is by one way only, and it is created by 9 air sacs distributed throughout the body and tubes in the lungs. They are called as parabronchi. So air sacs connects to the bones via tubes, and it takes 2 full breaths for air to circulate the body. So there will be 2 inhalations and 2 exhalations. So in the first breath there will be first inhalation and the first exhalation, and in the second breath there will be second inhalation and second exhalation. So in first inhalation, what happens? Oxygen rich air moves directly to the posterior air sac, and in the first exhalation, air from the posterior air sacs moves into the lungs to deliver oxygen to the vascularized parabronchi. This is the one breath. In the second breath, the air from the parabronchi moves into the anterior air sac, that is the second inhalation, and in case of second exhalation, the air from the anterior air sacs is removed from the body. So in this way the respiration takes place continuously in case of birds to fulfill the high oxygen demand. In the picture you can see during the first inspiration the air directly moves to the posterior air sac, and during the expiration the air from posterior air sacs it enters to the lungs. So the posterior air sacs gets contracted. During second breath the air from the lungs is inspired into the anterior air sacs, and the anterior air sac gets expanded. During expiration the air from the anterior air sacs gets removed from the body through the trachea. So at that time the anterior air sac gets contracted. So by this way the fresh air is taken continuously inside the posterior air sacs, and then continued through the lungs and the anterior air sacs and removed from the body. By this way birds take 2 full breaths for each single cycle, and there is a unidirectional flow of the air through the air sacs and the lungs, so that the oxygen demand during the flight mechanism will be fulfilled. So I hope you understood the avian respiratory system in detail. If you like this information, please do share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.